Yeah, no.
Yep, go.
I'm struggling with adding the people on my DM, like doing my DMO, like getting the accepts from people. And then when people do talk to me and I get them on board by saying, oh, sorry, we don't know each other, but it is just an ad. They don't add me on Facebook. And it's like, I've just spent the whole day talking to you and you've not even added me on Facebook. I'm really struggling with that.
Okay. Anybody want to?
I don't add people. I'm not going to lie to you. I only add people who I've actually made a connection with. And I do sometimes do suggested friends. Like I do suggested friends. So I have a minimum of at least 10 people that I know mutually. But I think that's where the party factor will come in with this. For me, it's actually... I make friends through my parties and they're more likely to accept my friends requests. So I get the accepts because I'm running the parties and I'm meeting people through people or through chat groups. Like yesterday, as a prime example, I've never really gone into like hobby groups. I've never done that. It's something I've always been a bit like, I don't really I know it sounds sad. I don't really have any hobbies. I'm really sad. I don't have many hobbies. I know, but everybody in makeup groups hates us. So I'm not going
to them. I'll tell you how in a minute.
Okay, but equally, I'm always like, I mean, I'm a professional makeup artist, but frankly, some of the people in the makeup groups scare the crap out of me because they're so good at makeup. So I just tend to avoid those groups. I just look in there for inspiration. But I posted something in a Nut Mums group yesterday and a boys squad group that I'm in, because if you've got boys, there's a boys group. And I just posted about my son's eczema, and I think it was about 158 people commented back on this post, like offering advice. And I've literally spent the last 2 days commenting back on every single piece of advice. And there have been a few people that have been like, oh, I'm quite happy to keep in touch, whatever. So I'm like, cool, I'll message you. And I've just been chatting to them on Messenger. Like I haven't sent them a friend's request yet. I haven't got anything. I'm just chatting to a couple of them. Because they're really nice people, frankly. They're just really nice. One of them wants to start her own essential oils business because she's trying to do that. And another one I know is a Plexus rep. I can tell from her profile, but I'm quite happy to be chatting to her because, potential customer and all that. And just building up a network with them. And I will eventually, I'm sure over the next week or so, send them out friends requests because I've had a conversation with them. But it's become from an organic thing, which is it literally is completely organic. So, and I'm building up that friendship. And I personally don't want people on my Facebook who aren't really interested in me. Frankly, it's about people who are actually genuinely interested in me and my life. And if I've built up a connection with them, because if they're going to become a customer, or hello, bless you, Ella.
Sorry,
if they're going to become, that's right. If they're going to become a customer or a potential teammate, I want to like them. Like I want them to like me. I want them to trust me, and I want them to know me. So I think if people aren't accepting your friends requests, don't worry. Look at it as building up a muscle of like practicing your conversations. I know that might sound like a bit of a waste of time, but it really isn't, because you're practicing constantly, and it's all about like that just constant practice of how are you building up the relationship and who are you actually speaking to. Because, and I will say this till I'm blue in the face to every single person who asks me, I always look at it from the other side. If somebody was to randomly send me a friend's request, which I get all the time, and then they're trying to have a conversation with me, I don't accept their friend's request. I'm like the worst person for doing this, because I don't accept people's friend's requests. And when people are like, oh, can I host you a party? I'm like, no, I don't want the faff of it. It's a ball ache. I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to do it. It's annoying. So you've got to look at it how you would want somebody to approach that with you. So if someone's going to offer me a party, I want to know I'm getting something out of it. And I don't just mean free product. I want to know I'm getting some actual knowledge and information that's going to benefit my life out of it, and then I might consider it. And if I'm going to accept your friend's request, I need to damn well know that you're not just after a sale or a potential person to pitch your business to. You've got to look at it from how you're speaking to them and how they're responding to you. Does that make sense?
It does. I did have on the Lash Bashes that I have posted, the customers that are in it, they have added me, which is amazing. But it's just doing that DMO every day and adding the 10 like it suggests, and I get like 2 people, but they've not actually me, but they're quite happy to talk to me all day. And
That's good though. Talking is good. If they're happy to talk to you and you get on, they will eventually add you as a friend. And you're having that conversation. That's the thing that actually counts.
I think it's just bugging me because I'm not like ticking that DMO off every day like I should be, because I've added on but they've not accepted me. So in my head it's like I've not done it.
But you're focusing on a negative. You have, because you've had the conversations, and those conversations will lead on to you. Either they'll ask you organically what you do and you'll have that conversation, or they will just, it just flows with the conversation. Things don't just happen like black and white. And I'm imagining, have you got a little bit of green in your personality, do you think?
A what?
Have you read the 4 colour personalities?
Do you like do you like the fact of your DMO? Do you like with your DMO, are you literally like, I have to tick all the boxes?
Yeah, because like to me, if I don't do it, it's like I've not done what I'm supposed to do with my business.
Yeah.
Read the 4 colour personalities. Read that book, and it will help you with your conversations you're having with other people, because you're approaching it as a green personality, which is an amazing personality, and I'm well gel.
Actually, the best one to have. I'd like to point out, green personalities are the best personalities to have. I wonder if you can guess which personality I am.
But it's true though, because if you approach it with just your green mindset and you're speaking to someone who's a blue or a red or a yellow, you aren't maybe likely to be making those connections with people because you're coming at it from a slightly different way. So my biggest suggestion would be to read or watch, because clearly I don't like reading that much, I'm a bit blue. Watch it on YouTube, because it will, I promise you, it will help you. But also take those small wins. Those 2 people that are adding you, the big win. Focus on the positives that you're getting out of the day, because if you've done anything, that's better than doing nothing and sitting on your ass and doing nothing. So take the small wins.
And remember, that's like, what is that? That's like 730 friends in a year.
Good maths.
I didn't work it out like that. Shit, man.
And we've got to remember our averages as well, because this is a numbers game, and as long as you're doing that DMO, it might not feel like you've done the task if they don't accept you, but you are doing the tasks, and it's all about getting into the habits. It's not necessarily the results, it's more the habits of working your business every day.
What is that thing called again to watch?
It's Big Al, so he's called Tom Schreider, Big Al Tom Schreider, and it's the 4 colour personalities of MLM.
And
brilliant.
Don't get upset if you're green.
Yes.
I'm very red and blue.
Because when you discover you're a green, you'll be like, oh, that's me. I'm a green.
I'm gonna watch that after this if it's on YouTube. I'm gonna.
It's amazing.
I actually think the millionaire thing you suggested.
I love that.
Emmy's got a better red mind as well, though. 100%.
Okay.
It did take me 2 days to get through the 5 hours, but I did watch it and listen to it.
It's awesome.
She's got a better red in there, so it's fine.
Fine. Do you see that? It's fine, as in, because you've got a bit of red, you're okay. All our green bleeding through and through. I just wanted to say, Demi, another way for you to add friends is pretty much what James said, is allocate yourself like 10, 20, 30 minutes a day to go into a hobby group. But it doesn't always have to be a hobby group that's nothing to do with your business. So you can go into makeup groups, and like if you're allocating say 10 minutes for that 10 minutes, you just go into that makeup group, and everything that people are posting, you comment on that post. Like, make yourself visible, like, oh, she's an active member of this group. And then if a person comments back to you, you can take that conversation into Messenger and just be like, hey, I saw on that makeup group that you were talking about a setting powder. Nothing to do about your setting powder or your product or anything that you've got to offer. And just be like, oh, I love a setting powder. I couldn't be without mine. And then friend request them, because you're more likely to get that person to accept your friend request because you're talking to them about something that they like, and then you're also then building your audience with makeup loving people.
Yes.
Like I went through a stage of, I was going into, because I've got a puppy, I went into like puppy groups, and then I was adding all these people with puppies, and then I was like, what have I done? I've just added like 275-year-olds. Like what have I done? And realised that it's not just about increasing that number, it's about increasing it with people
It's
who
value.
what you do. Yeah, and I was like,
It's so important.
what have I just done? I got myself so focused on just getting my number up. But I was like, I just built an audience of 75 plus, which is a tougher crowd.
So I will say on that, I've said it before and I'll say it again, but Fraser Brooks talks about doing a Facebook cleanup, and that's actually going through your friends list and removing people who you don't need to be on your friends list. Actually, now I'm not going to go into the details of that fully now because I probably won't do it justice. It'll make me sound really hard, especially as I've had a glass of wine, so I probably am not going to be best with my words tonight. But but actually reducing your friends list is not a bad thing if you are increasing the value of those friendships that you are cultivating. Because if we're all honest, and I will 100% hold my hands up to this, have we all actually spoken to every single person on our friends list? Have we actually, I mean, I haven't fully made a list of 100 ever. I do it in increments. I know, Kirsty, don't I know? Because of my blue, I can't cope with it. Rules. I don't like rules. It's a real issue. It's a proper issue I have. But it's so bad, honestly. But I talk to people, but I'm telling you, it's okay to admit these things to ourselves. It's fine. But if you actually truly look at what you're doing with your business, and you can say, I have genuinely sat down and had 100 meaningful conversations with people, then brilliant. But if you haven't, then don't worry about adding thousands and thousands of people on your friends list. Worry about speaking to the ones that are on there now. Yes, increase your audience because you want to be doing that, because you never know where your next customer or party host or teamie is going to come from, or recommendation. But don't panic about numbers. It's about quality and actually getting through them. It's really, really important. It is literally down to that.
Oh, yes. The only flip side I would say on that is,
because I don't know what it is like. I really want to know what colour I am, if I am a green. It's actually really good now.
You're going to be like Googling it tonight, aren't you? Wanting to see what it is.
As this ends, I'm going on YouTube and I'm watching it.
That's why you're green, honey.
It's bad.
No, it's not bad. It's not bad at all.
No.
What I would say though, on the whole friends list thing, if you've just started and you've only got 100 people on your friends list, that is something you need to build fast. So obviously Demi's not long started and she's absolutely done amazing. She's contacted most people on her friends list. So it is important for you to start building these conversations. I mean, Facebook algorithms has changed so much from when I started to now when you're starting. So when we started, it was literally max out your 5K. And that's why I think we got to the stage where we were adding so many that we didn't have time to connect with them all. Now, I completely agree with you. It is quality over quantity. However, when you're first joining, find a way that's comfortable with you to add your friends. It's probably going to be parties, if I'm honest, because people then get into you and know who you are. And hobby groups would be a good one as well, because again, they're going to make that connection with you and they're going to know who you are. So I'm completely the same. I remember when I first got the few ones back saying, sorry, do I know you? And I was like, no, you don't know me. But you know, I don't find I get that anymore. I don't know if it's because you've built up that portfolio on your profile page. You know, people can go on my profile page and see loads of videos, so they almost feel like they have a connection with you straight away, and they make that call. They don't need to message you. They see like your videos and they make that call for themselves. But this will all come. So don't be getting like really overwhelmed with people saying that to you. It's not going to be like that forever. I think that's what I'm trying to say. It is an important part of your business because you need people in your network who you can speak to, but don't get bogged down by the people that make it a bit negative.
Yeah, because I'm running out of excuses when they say, "Why have you added me?" I'm running out of excuses.
Why not?
Cool. So, do you think we've covered that one? Is there another question that anybody has? Should we move on?
I'll take it over here. Come on.
I'm finding it hard to recruit.
Who's that? Who are we talking to?
Tab.
Hi, Tab. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a couple of people that have been interested, but they've joined with another person. And I've had other people that are interested, and I've gone back to them a couple of days later, and they're just ignoring my messages. So I'm not blaming it on myself. I'm being positive. It's not me. It's just that they don't want to do it. But when it comes to people joining someone else's team, I think, what have I done wrong? What have I said wrong?
Who wants to take that?
Any takers?
You go.
Okay. So this is coming from.
Yep.
If you've got a notebook in front of you and you draw a box, two boxes for me, and in the first box you put how many people you've actually spoken to. I think when we're talking, could we mute it and then come back? Because I'm really.
Oh yeah, good idea.
Everyone could mute while I speak. Rebecca, mute your microphone, woman.
It's not my baby. My baby's watching TV.
Fine. Sorry, it's my baby. I thought it was muted.
I wouldn't have said it like that. Rebecca's on my team. Only I can say it to Rebecca like that. Sorry. But yeah, if you draw a box, Tab, and you put in there the number of people that you've spoken today about the opportunity, and if that box is like 0 or 1 or 2, then that's why your team isn't growing. It's a really tough conversation to have, but it is just a case of talking to more people.
Yeah.
And I know that comes across as a really wishy-washy response. But we can't post and pray. We can't post about our opportunity and hope that somebody's going to come to us. We have to take that initiative. We have to take that step. And if you're only physically sharing the opportunity with one person a day, then your team is going to grow at a much slower rate. Where if you're talking to 5, 10, 15, 20 people a day, you're going to grow faster. And like Lindsay will know this about me, if you're in that headspace where you're thinking, oh, I don't want to ask them, or like, please don't make me say it, or I'm going to annoy them, or they're going to hate me, or this is going to go wrong, or they're going to say no, then as hard as it is to say, your team isn't going to grow.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, we make it so complicated. we make it so complicated when it comes to sharing the opportunity, and it's really not. Like you could be my friend on Facebook. Rebecca, I'm going to do Rebecca. So on Facebook, Rebecca posts a picture of her little one the other day that's really, really struggling with teething. I comment on that post and I'm like, oh, bless, it's so awful. A genuine comment, because it is awful. We've had kids with teething. Rebecca comes back and she's like, oh, thank you. I'm literally going to do it step by step. This is a green person's training. Where reds are like, oh, just really believe. But green, no, I like the back. So I would then message Rebecca and be like, oh, I'm so sorry to see your post. It's so tough, isn't it? She's then going to come back with, yeah, it is. Then I'm going to be like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Is it really tricky working it round your little one? Like working round your little one? And she may come back and say, well, no, I don't work at the moment. And I'll be like, oh, okay. Oh, I wasn't reaching out to you because of this, but I've got something that you might really enjoy, give you a little bit of your time back. Would it be okay if I added you into a really buzzing group, tagged you in a video, i.e. Natasha's opportunity video, and you just take a look? Like, that's it. We overcomplicate it. And the part of you that comes to saying that to her, like, oh, I wasn't reaching out to say that to you. Like, honestly, when you get to that stage, at first, you will want to vomit. You will want to lob your phone across the room because you're like, I can't say, don't make me say it. Don't make me do it. But when that hits you, remember, like, what you have. Like, remember what you have. Like, get that fire in your belly tap. You know, when you're like, I love what I do. Like, on to that moment for that second. And, like, imagine if I'd have messaged Rebecca. She'd be my direct now. Like, you could have looked at Rebecca before and thought, oh, she's pregnant, she's got a little one at home, she doesn't want this, she's too busy. Rebecca is absolutely flourishing in this. And I had, it wasn't me that signed her up, but Pam had no idea whether she would or she wouldn't, but she gave her the option.
Yeah.
And that lady that joined with somebody else, there is no reason. It could, you know, we could sit and work it out. Oh, I didn't follow up with them in time, or I didn't do this, or I didn't do that. But it's like it's just happened, and
I'll just brush it off.
Yeah, and
start again.
It does happen, and it does sting, and it does. Yeah, it does knock you back. But there's how many users on Facebook?
Yeah, it's like I said to, I think it's a friend of mine. If someone's to come into a shop and say, oh, I'm not going to buy them shoes, I'm not going to go, oh, no, I'm not going to work here anymore. You carry on. You sell more shoes.
Can I ask you?
That's what I'm trying.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you love being part of this team? Do you love it?
Yes, I do. I think it's fantastic.
So I want you to hold, and this goes for every single person here. I want you to think right now, do you enjoy doing what you do? Take out your sales, take out your talk, take out everything. Do you enjoy doing what you do? Do you enjoy being part of this business for whatever reason it is that you joined? And if your answer is yes to that, that is why you are sharing this business, because you are giving somebody else the opportunity to find that happiness in whatever way it might be for them. For some people, it might be that they want to make millions and millions of pounds. For other people, it might be that they want to overcome depression. For some people, it might be because they were a victim of sexual abuse. For some people, it's just friendship. We have no idea what somebody is looking for, and it's not down to us to decide whether they are going to go for it or not. But when you get to that point of asking someone, would it be okay if I shared something with you that I think you might be interested in, don't worry if you get that kind of sick feeling, because it's exciting, because you're sharing something that's very precious to you. Like, I'm very protective over this business. I get really, like, Kirsty and Lindsay know that I've been going through, there's been some stuff going on with me recently that's really kind of rocked me a little bit, because I'm so passionate about what I do and the reasons behind why I do it. And it's changed since over the last, I'm coming up 3 years now. And I will be the first to admit that I still get that moment sometimes where I'm a bit like, oh, well, actually, these are a bit, I'm a bit, oh my God, they're a bit crazy to be asking them, because clearly they're way better than me. They would never want to do this. We all have those people that are on our chicken list that we don't want to talk to, because we're thinking, oh, they're going to shoot me down, they're going to judge me or whatever. But then I think, do you know what though? I bloody love what I do. And here's the thing. If you go into buy and sell sites, or however you want to do it, if people go, oh, this is a pyramid scheme, or this is whatever it might be, I want to point out to you that the maximum that you personally have to sell to go up through this compensation pound is 500 PRS a month. That's really very, very small, like really, really small. And if you can get yourself a core base of people who are ordering from you on a regular basis, and you are teaching other people how to do that, that keeps you ticking over. And you sharing that opportunity with a bunch of women is not out of greed for yourself. It's about showing like them what they can get out of it personally, because it will boost their confidence and it will help them grow, because they are only doing 500. Of course you can do thousands if you want to, but really at the end of the day, if you can get 500 under your belt every single month, and you are sharing this amazing business, this amazing team. Christ, we're all here on this like this Zoom now because we want to be surrounded by women who get it. Like, we get it, right? This is the point of it. You want to be surrounded by people. It's not about greed, it's not about anything else. It's about just sharing that particular love that you have. Now, what I will say is that, going back right to the beginning of this conversation where you said there have been a couple of people that have joined with someone else, I'm going to go even further back and say that book, or that Big Owl thing I was talking about, the 4 Colour Personalities, please watch that, because I will confess that I was a customer of Unique through a girl called Kerry for a year. When it first joined, when it first launched, she was chatting to me. She was a bride of mine. I love the mascara. I sold it through her to hundreds of my brides. I'm not kidding you. And she messaged me. She would say to me, oh, why don't you do it? And I'd be like, no. She sent me, this is her, she sent me the terms and conditions. Like, I'm not kidding. Every single term and condition of being a presenter. Kirsty would have been straight on the team. I was like, are you freaking joking me? I have no interest in doing this, because I did sit down and started reading to page like 18 and was like, oh, friggin' Nora, Christ, I can't be bothered with this. This is not, I've got another business. I ain't got the time for this. I don't know. It's not a complicated business, but if you send a red or blue personality the terms and conditions, I can damn well guarantee you ain't going to get them as a sign up. And guess what? I didn't sign up with her. I probably pissed her a little bit off, and I feel bad in a way, but frankly, she didn't smile in her videos. Ultimately, she didn't. One of the main reasons. Her pictures were like this. Everybody go to my face right now. They were like this. Foundation. Like that. I'm not kidding you. That was it. I cannot please never ever underestimate the importance of smiling on the camera. Like, truthfully, that is one of the main reasons I didn't join. The second was the fact that she told me all the wrong things that I didn't want to hear. And then I ran into Amy at a soft play, and I was like, oh yeah, I bloody love that mascara. It's amazing. And she was like, mate, you do know it's like 69 quid and you get 175 quid's worth of makeup, and you just literally get 20% back on everything you sell. Oh, boom. I was right there. Like, I'm not kidding you. I signed up 2 weeks later. She said, oh, hang on a minute. They're just bringing out a new kit, and I know you're like a bit more of a bargain. So I used those 2 weeks to do my research, save up some money, and I bought the kit. And that was it. Like, it was literally that simple. But I had known Amy from many years ago from working in House of Fraser together. We hadn't spoken to each other in ages, but she was someone I reconnected with, and I trusted her. She smiled, she was enthusiastic, and she appealed to my personality, which is massive bargain, potential to earn a shed load of money, and obviously get a load of makeup. Like, hello, yes. So it is although it is unfortunate that people sign up through other people, if you've had it more than once, I would suggest maybe reading that or watching that video and really figuring out how it is you're approaching it, because again, it can come down to something as simple as how you approach this business. Because if you're going about it talking to someone saying you could be the top of the company, you could earn a car bonus, a holiday bonus, you could go to Punta Cana, you could do all that, Cancun, wherever, do all this stuff, and they're a yellow personality and all they want to do is sink into a corner and help other people and not like say boo to a goose, you ain't going to get them in a partying atmosphere in Cancun on the beach. It's just not going to happen. Ever. You'll frighten the crap out of them, to be honest, because they'll just go, oh my god, I don't want to be like on stage doing like talking and stuff. Like, I know when people see what I do, sometimes they're like, I could literally never do that, I would actually die, it would be make me feel physically sick. So I'm like, you know what, I don't want you to do that. I want you to do it the way you do it. It's how you feel comfortable. So again, just going back to that 4 colour personalities and smiling.
I just want to say as well, Tab, you are going to be talking to a lot of people every day, and still you're going to feel like banging your head against the wall because you're not recruiting. So the past couple of months, I haven't recruited anything, and every now and then I get this wobble, and I'll message Lindsay, and I'll be like, Lindsay, I'm useless. I can't do this. I can't recruit. Like, what's wrong with me? I can't recruit. And then I think to myself, well, hold on, actually. Am I still sharing the opportunity with everybody? Yes, I am. Am I following up with everybody? Yes, I am. But what have I been doing the last couple of months that's really different to the fact that I haven't been signing up my 1 to 2 to 3 people each month? And then I was like, oh, I'll tell you what I haven't been doing. I haven't been closing. There's always reason. And we all have dips. We all have times where we're talking to so many people and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to have like 400 people join me in a week. Like, you've got all these people to talk to. But if it starts to dip, so if you feel like you're dipping, or you feel like you're not growing, it's come back to what Jay just said. There is always a reason. I hate closing. I hated it. I'd be like, yeah, this opportunity is amazing, and then they'd come back and be like, yeah, it looks fab, and I'd be like, yeah, it really is, and they'd be like, yeah, it is, I'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've got with one customer.
We'd bounce like that for ages, where if I'd have actually just said, you sound like you're ready to get started, that they might join, or you're talking to somebody, this mascara is amazing, yeah it is, I'm like, yeah it is, yeah it is. Yeah it is, yeah it is, and then I'm like, hang on a minute, I'm doing that now for like 10 minutes, and I'm like, would it be okay to pop an order through for you? And they're like, yeah, and then you're like, yeah. So there's always,
thank God, drink some wine.
there's always something that we're doing, and Sassy Lash is full of training. Everything is in there. So, and sometimes even if you think to yourself, oh, I've read that, go back and read it again. Like I read all the time, because you pick up bits all the time. And it is like as frustrating, especially to a green personality, as frustrating as it is when people say it's a numbers game. It really, really is.
Can I just say one thing though? It's really important that we are backing ourselves up and making ourselves look credible on our profile page. So if we are telling someone that we are loving this business, sisterhood's amazing, that we love the makeup, all of these things, we need to be backing us up on our profile pages and our makeup group, and we need to be consistent in our business, because there's nothing like you doing the talk to someone and then they go to your profile page and they think, well, either the person is not active as much or they don't know much about the person. So I know it's something that I'm really concentrating on at the moment, especially with the Facebook algorithms changing, and you only post between 1 to 2 to 3 times a day, no more than that. I mean, you can even just post one really good post, but I'm really concentrating on 1, value I'm putting into it, and 2, people getting to know me, because they want to follow your journey. People are going to join you before they join the company.
Yep.
So that is a massive thing to think about. Do people actually know why you're doing this business? Do people know? And people like to know why. So the best thing you can do is tell someone something and say, I'm telling you this because I absolutely love this business and I want as many women as I know to get in here with me because it's really improved my quality of life, or it's really improved me as a parent. That's one of my major things. So if you are preaching in your messages, you better make sure you're preaching and backing it up on your profile page, because that's the first place they're going to go and check you out.
Do you know what, Lindsay? I love that.
Yeah,
I love that. And do you know what the funny thing is? Yeah, that's given me like proper goosebumps. And do you know why? One of the reasons is because I was having a conversation with someone this week, and but about the fact that they were posting things that was even annoying themselves. They were like, oh God, I'm just annoying myself. Like, I'm annoying my friends. I don't want to do it. And all three of us had a conversation about it, didn't we? Because I was, a bit like, I get it. I get it. We all get that. Look at it in terms of your value and your profile. What do you want to see on your friends' profiles? You want to see them enjoying themselves. You want to see them being happy. You want to see fun stuff, and you want value and content. Don't post false things. And I don't just mean like false stuff. I mean, if you're being like overly positive in a way that would bug you, don't do it that way. Find a way. Like, I'm a big believer in positivity will bring you positivity. Like, it has changed my life. Me posting about positive stuff has made me more positive, but I didn't go straight in with the overly crazy positive stuff. I started by just sharing videos that I really enjoyed and, little posts, and I shared other people's content. But what I did with that was then it became something that I then believed in, and I was able to then start generating myself. And I'm going to use Ella, actually. I don't know why I did that. She's underneath me on the screen. No one else is she's not underneath anyone else. I don't know why I did that. Sorry. But I'm going to use Ella as an example here, because Ella, I have seen such a massive change in Ella's confidence since she started this, and the stuff that she's posting on Facebook now, it makes me want to cry with joy to see how much. I'm getting emotional. Don't do it. It's a wine. Oh my God. But it's genuine. Oh no, if I just made you cry, Ella, I'm so sorry. It's just. Oh God, it's genuine. Like, it's genuine. What she's got the wine. It's the way she's done it. It's an organic process. Like, she's just made a conscious effort to say to Facebook, do you know what? I want to be a more positive person. I want to change my life for the better. And this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it by sharing positive stuff, because that's how I feel is best going to serve my personal goal. And she made that statement to Facebook, and she's done it, and she's been consistent about doing it. And every single time I see a post from Ella now, it becomes even more part of who she is now. And I know that is knocking onto her personal vision of herself and how much she actually believes in herself, because she's putting it out to the world in a genuine way. Don't post things for the sake of posting crap. It just is pointless. You've got to do it in a way that you want to do it. So have an idea of what you want people to see and how you want to feel about yourself, because that will back up, like Lindsay's just said, that will back up the conversations you're having with people, because they'll see when they scroll back through, bloody hell, yeah, actually she really has changed, like in a really good way. She's not just some sale bot, she's not just some spammy network marketer. She's actually doing this for herself, for her kids, for her life, for whatever it might be, and it's making an impact on her. I wonder how it could make an impact on me. That's where you have that difference. If you're just posting about the products, a picture of them and saying, oh, this is great, it's not going to have the same effect. Yes, it's getting the fact that you do it as a business out there, but it isn't genuine. You've got to have it as a well-rounded part of what you do. And that, to me, is where the genuine content and where the genuine connections, and where you start getting people accepting your friends' requests more, because they're seeing it is part of your life, and this has changed your life. This is not just a job. This is a life-changing opportunity at whatever level you decide to run at. Even if you're only doing it for yourself, it can change your life. I truly believe that. So just hold on to that always, and I guarantee it will help. Sorry, just had to get a bit deep. Got a bit deep then, sorry.
No, that was beautiful. Like, and like saying all that is so true, because even to say this now, I'd have never said this before, but that was absolutely beautiful. That was beautiful to see and beautiful to listen to, and like also to watch Ella well up. It's this is a beautiful thing. It's so beautiful. And what happens to us is when we start to think about sharing the opportunity, we stop being us and become a robot. We think, I need to deliver this for what it is as a business, where actually messaging somebody who says to you, oh, I could never do what you do because I don't have the confidence, instead of having that programmed response of, well, I started like that and then as time grew I got better. No, like, just say to them, oh my God, then this is it. This is what, because I'm going to plug you into something that's full of women that will only lift you. I'm as common as muck, and I used to get myself into such a pickle about it, about the words that I use and the language that I use, and I used to get myself into such a pickle because I used to think I need to be really professional and I need to speak properly, and I was like, I can't be like that. And the more that you become who you actually are and share, like Jay just said, like, oh, it's such a like, I just love it, like, the more people will respond to you.
And also that's to do with people, like, I think in terms of hobbyists, because I know that there'll be people watching this who are hobbyists who are going, do you know what, I just want to do this business for my own personal sales. Like, that's it. I'm not interested in building a team. I would just love to say to you, it's not about you. It's not about you building a team. It's about you have this thing which has changed you for whatever reason. You, like, every single one of you, when I asked that question, do you love it, you all said yes. If you take yourself out of that equation, it doesn't matter if you don't hit your 500 PRS. It doesn't matter, because what happens, say, I don't know, I sponsor someone because I love what I do and I want to show somebody else how amazing this is, like, this could be for them. If I don't hit my 500 PRS, but they do, or they just get 100 PRS, they get an extra 20 quid in their bank account, it doesn't matter to me. Like, it doesn't make a difference. I don't care ultimately what somebody's into it for. It's for them. And so even if you are only doing this for your sales, please don't shut other people off from that, because there may well be a million other people out there that want exactly the same as you. So why not do it all together as business partners and friends? Like, that's why I share this opportunity, because it's about somebody else finding how I feel inside. It's not about me going, I want your commission. Like, truthfully, it really isn't. Like, I could decide, right, every month I'm going to do 10,000 PRS. If I really wanted it, I would do it, because that's the kind of person I am. But it's not about that. It's about giving other people the option to feel the way that you feel. So take yourself out of it. It's not about building a team, because you're not having to hit the targets. If you choose to stay at Yellow your whole life, you could sponsor someone who could really need this and want to run all the way to the top, and they could overtake you, and that's absolutely fine, because you offered them that opportunity. Or you could find someone who wants that extra 100 quid a month just like you, and you're doing it together, and you could all be Yellows together. It doesn't matter. It's about sharing this business. So please don't shut yourself off from speaking to people because you don't want to build a team. Because if I, like, truth bomb, I think that's kind of selfish. Like, not in a bad, like, I'm not judging anyone, but I feel like if I've got like the most amazing, well, I was going to say bottle of wine, but actually if I had the most amazing bottle of wine, I'm not entirely sure I'd share it. But if I had like a bottomless pit of wine, like, there was literally like the best wine ever, and I knew I was the only one really that could, like, open the tap, like I could turn on the tap, the fountain of youth. I'm not just going to keep it for myself. That's just mean, because what's the point? Like, you can turn on the tap for everyone can drink from it. Doesn't matter if you take your pint glass and run off, or if you just constantly are sipping it, however, don't go, oh Christ, I'm just talking crap. But you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, that you have this, and don't shut yourself off from having other people as business partners because you don't want to build a team. Do you see what I mean? Did that make any sense? I think I just literally went down a weird like fountain route. I think it's because I had Shrek in my head. I've been watching some weird Shrek crap on my TV. Like, like how? I'm so sorry, girls. Seriously, how have I got to where I am? Truthfully,
I love these Zoom calls.
You make me look normal.
Thing is, all of the girls on my team were going, oh yeah, we have this all the time in our team chat. Jay is just slightly mental. It's just my life.
But, Tab, going back, I hope that helped you.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Tab. I went on a major route, like diverted it down. I hope that does help though.
No, these Zoom calls, it helps lift your spirits as well. Being together as a sisterhood and talking, it does help boost your confidence.
Yeah, definitely.
And the best way to not notice if someone doesn't join your team or if they join someone else is to keep on filling up your cup.
Yeah.
And then don't notice. It is that simple. Obviously, remember to do your follow-ups because otherwise, then it's your fault.
Yeah, that's
it. Just talk to as many people as you can, even if you don't get around to sharing the opportunity that day or feel like they're going to be a customer. The more people you speak to and you keep filling up your cup, it just works. It just starts, your business start to grow through, just chat. I mean, I've got ladies on my profile who love my videos and they've blatantly said to me, Lindsay, I'm not one for makeup. I'm a kind of a little bit of foundation and mascara girl out the door. But they love my videos, and because they watch them and they like them, all of their friends list has seen it. So, just constantly try and make them relationships with people. Be as genuine as you can, because people can tell when you're being fake.
Yeah.
Or you're just going after the sale.
And
so keep at it on.
Don't stop following up. Don't stop following up unless they join, buy, block you, or die.
I use my daughter as a mindset because I wouldn't stop teaching her something just because she's not getting the hang of it. I'd keep teaching her until she did do it. So that's the way I think about
virtual fist pump right there. Boom. Freaking love that. Freaking lush. Get back on that bike in a really sounds really ropey. God, I'm making myself sound awful tonight. Really bad. Can I just ask a question of everybody in here? Have you all got a follow-up system in place?
Sort of.
Okay, wait one goddamn hot second, because I really do have to share something with you that I will somehow, I don't know, Lindsay and Kirsty, I don't know if you've got the videos that Hayley Claire Robinson did about it. Kirsty, I know you've got a system, but I'm too red to do yours. I just can't do it. I need something really simple and freaking basic that's going to work for me, and this is going to change my life. Okay, no, girls, I love you, Kirsty, but this is going to change your life, love. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, seriously, I have to tell you, it's freaking changing mine. And if it changes mine and it gets me to do shit, then you know it's real. Right, oh Christ. Right, you need to go onto Amazon. You need to buy yourself a folder. You need to buy yourself a set of dividers, 1 to 31, and a set of dividers January to December. That's it, and some paper to print on. That's all you're going to need, right? Oh, and a pen to write stuff down. And then you're going to go on, and I'll share this file with Kirsty and Lindsay so you can share it out if you want. This little, what's it called, sheet here. Oh, God, I'm going to have to try and do this somehow. How am I going to do it? Right. This little sheet here has basically it's got name, address, email address, telephone number, preferred method of contact. So you've got either Facebook, email, text, or call, because you can still ask them, because obviously if you're doing home parties, people might not have Facebook. Friends request, yes or no, date. Business page link, yes or no, the date you've done it. VIP group added, yes or no, the date. Party, have you asked from the party? Yes, no, date. Then you can add their date of birth, a thank you card, and if you've given them a catalogue. There's also a little section here for comments and the opportunity offered. So opportunity offered, the date, and then there's a little follow-up thing in here, which I'll talk about in a second, and then some comments. And then down here, you've got the date, product, order number, and then you've got something that says 5 days, 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, 2 months. Okay, so that's basically your system. And what you're going to do is, for instance, say somebody orders something. I'll use an example of something that I've just literally done. So say somebody orders, I don't know, an Epic mascara, for instance. Today is the 19th, okay? You're going to fill in their details on one of these forms. The first follow-up is going to be 5 days later, okay? So it's the 19th. So let me just turn this around. Oh, my face is really offensively big in that minute. Okay, right. So, sorry, let me just clean the camera as well. Okay, so say we're on the 19th, okay? So say somebody orders on the 19th, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's the 24th. You're going to flip your folder over to the 24th, and hey, look at this. What's happened is Claire has ordered something from me on the 19th, so I'm going to put her in the 24th, okay? So I know on the 24th, I've got to go in and I've got to follow up on my 5 days, because I haven't. That'll be my 5 days. Now, that 5 day one could just be literally like, hey, hon, just to let you know your stuff's on the way. Excited face. And then you just put a little smiley face just to say you've done it or whatever. You are then going to carry on. The next one is a week. So you're going to go on to a week. Okay. So a week, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, admittedly, that's the 30th. So that's actually going to be March, but whatever. Put it into March. If it was, say for instance the 29th, okay, or 28th, you're going to go on and you're going to put her in there. So when you get to that date, you've got to follow up on a week. And these follow-ups don't have to all be product related. Obviously for a week one, you're going to want to check in and see how you're getting on, but a week you could be like, hey lovely, saw you went on holiday, looked awesome, did you have fun? It's just to check in basically. Then the next one is 2 weeks, okay? If within this time she orders something again, so she says, do you know what, mate, I know that I ordered that wait a minute, let me turn around. I ordered that Epic, I really fancy that foundation. You fill in the date and the foundation order and you put her back into the system for the 5 days. So you go, right, she's ordered again tomorrow. She's ordered on the 24th. Right, 24th, 5 days on. Cool. Pop her in. So you're constantly keeping up. This is the same for prospects. So if you're speaking to anybody you speak to, anyone, whether it's a product that they're interested in, whether they buy it or not, doesn't matter. Whether you're speaking to them about the opportunity or whether you're talking to them as a customer and they've ordered something, you fill in a sheet and you put it in and you follow this system. Once you get into the 1 month and 2 months, you're going to go, let me turn my big face around again, okay, well, fair enough, she's fine, she's followed up, so we're into the 2 months. So I'm going to go, right, March, April. So I'm going to put her sheet, once I've done the follow-up, into April. So when I come to April, 1st of April, I'm going to go through and I'm just literally going to put in where I need to put it in. So March, I will have put in any of the ones that are the follow-up to the start of March. I will have just written a little note, needs to be followed up on the 2nd of March or the 5th of March or whatever. And I'll put it into these dividers. So the reason that I'm saying this, it's so bloody simple, is because it is constantly turning around. You are constantly adding to this with people and you are constantly refreshing yourself, because I'm a nightmare for just checking in with people. Like, I'm doing a flash sale next week and I've realized that some of the people that I'm inviting I haven't spoken to since my last flash sale, like on private messenger. So all they're going to see when I message them on Messenger saying, hey girl, just to let you know I've got an awesome event going on, all they're going to go is, oh, last time she messaged me about that as well. Christ, she's not really that interested in me as a person, she's just telling me about the sale or whatever. It's a way of just keeping up your conversations with people, boosting those algorithms in Facebook so that your messenger is always top and you're just keeping that friendship, and it is a friendship, going. It's so simple, and it's one folder and it's one sheet for every single person. Like if they become a prospect and a customer, then they're still on the same sheet. You fill it in, and if you want to put extra notes, just write it on the back. It is literally, if I can do it, I swear to God, a chimp could do it. Like, I'm not joking. This works for anybody. And it has literally changed my brain in terms of follow-ups, because I'm so bad at them. My people get lost in inbox. I forget. I've got 150 notebooks lying around the place because I'm so scatty like that. I'm just like, oh yeah, I'll write it down, or I'll write it on my notes and I'll forget, and I don't know whether, and I have to scroll back through a billion messages to find their email address, and oh god, and when they say yes to a party, I'm like, sorry, could you just send me your email address again, because I've clearly lost it. Like, oh god, it makes you look like such an idiot. This is going to solve all those problems. So honestly, if you struggle with a follow-up system, this has not only made follow-up easier, it's actually made my workload less, because now I go to like the 20th, I'll go tomorrow, who's on my list? Oh, I haven't got any sheets in there. Do you know what that means? I don't need to speak to anyone to follow up, which means I need to speak to some people so that in 5 days' time, I've got some people to speak to. It actually makes your workload less, and it makes it more directed. So you can bash through your DMO so freaking fast because you have got those people there, because they are prospects, they are potential customers, and they are actual customers. And to be fair, I'm putting in my friends, just people I'm chatting, like my best friend's in there because I never talk to her. Like, I'm a nightmare. Like, we just never talk to each other. Like, it's so bad. And like we'll phone sometimes, but I'm like, do you know what, actually, I want to see what's going on in her life. So for me, I want to have a conversation with her on Facebook. So her posts are in my feed, because I don't see what she's doing in her life, because our algorithms aren't, that Facebook don't recognize us as friends. So she's my best friend. I've known her since I was like 1, and I don't have a clue what's going on with her life because Facebook don't think we're friends. So for me, it's a way of just jogging my memory every day, going, oh yeah, I was meant to speak to that person. And like I say, they're not salesy. They're not about, oh, hi, I spoke to you a week ago about the business. Oh, I spoke to you a month about the business. It's just about saying hi, checking in with their profile, seeing how they're getting on. Like, does that make sense to everyone?
Can you send me a picture or messenger of that? Because it seems like a really good idea, but I can't get my head around it. I don't know, it's because I'm tired, but it seems confusing. But it seems a good idea.
I'm not the best person to describe it. Hayley Claire Robinson does, what's she called? Is it the Lashed Up Queen? Is it Queens and Pretties party group? Pretties and Queens. Queens and Pretties. I will send you the link. I'll send Kirsty and Lindsay the link to the Queens and Pretties training group, and it's Nicola Dowley and Hayley Claire Robinson have come together. They're 2 teams, and they offer training on it. And Hayley and Claire, basically, they did a live going through exactly how it works, and it is freaking genius. So yes, absolutely well worth the watch. It will, regardless of how you're running your business, whether it's a hobby or a runner, you need to put this into place. Like, I've literally started doing it last week. It's just rocked my world, frankly. And I'm slowly trying to find customers. I mean, I'm not joking you. I literally don't know. I couldn't tell you who's ordered what from me. How the bloody hell I get the PRS I get is beyond me. I mean, the fortunes in the follow-up, I could be a millionaire if I actually followed up with people. I'm not joking. Kirsty's dying right now because she's like, Jesus. But it's true. Like, it's true. I just don't.
You're making me itch.
I know. And it's really bad. And I'll freely admit that I'm terrible, but I've always struggled to find that system. Like, as much as I'm not a green person, I do like a spreadsheet, but I'm a bit too blue, and I like the look of it until I have to actually bother doing it. So I'll set it all up and I'll make it look really good, and then I'll be like, oh, do you know what? I actually can't be asked to turn my computer on, so I'll just write it on a note and I'll do it later. It's so slack. Like, I'm not joking. I've got about 40 spreadsheets that I've done that on, and like a million notebooks. So I need something that is very, very stupid simple.
I'm like that. I have so many lists of things that I have never completed. I love making lists. It just never happens.
I know. My list is complete yesterday's list. That's what my list is. And then I start a new list as well. It's terrible. It's really bad. But honestly, it does work. I
bought a Filofax to get more organised with, like, remembering to do things in all my son's appointments. And I don't even check the goddamn thing. It sits in my handbag. So I write everything in it. And I don't check it. Everything goes on my phone. And like Nick says to me, why are you writing stuff in that? I went, because it's my Filofax. I feel really important.
This will change your world.
Sometimes.
Yeah, this will change your world. I'm telling you, if you struggle with it at all, or even if you don't struggle and you just want to do it, it will change your world. I promise. Sorry, Kirsty, I don't want to crap on your system, but even your system was like your system. I tried it for like 3 days, and I went, "Oh God, I just can't. I can't do it. Just can't." Like the coloured highlighters thing. I love a highlighter, but I just couldn't cope with it. I was like, it's just too much. I don't know. Flicking back through people, it's just too much.
Yeah, but the thing is, everything evolves. I now don't do that, so.
Oh,
Look at that.
you know what? I want one, but I'm not allowed one because of my dog.
What am I missing here? Who's got a cat? Oh, hi. I can't see you, Lindsay. I've just popped up. Oh,
That's Bella.
oh, it's a bunny. Is it a bunny?
Yeah.
Oh,
Bella.
cute.
And Lindsay whipped her womb out.
Oh.
I hope not actually physically.
No.
That is going a little bit Lord of the Flies. I'm not sure about that. That's not.
I'm gonna be the boring green person. So we've been on for over an hour. I don't know if anybody else has got any more questions, because I'm happy to keep going, but I don't want to keep everyone.
We can do this regularly, I reckon. We can do this every few weeks. I think this is a good idea. Keeps everybody in the game too.
I've already got that personality thing ready on my YouTube to watch.
Babe, if you come back with anything other than green, I will be astounded.
Although she did just say she writes things in her diary and then she doesn't look at it.
That is blue. Yeah. Yeah.
But girls, next.
That's green as well.
Oh really?
Yeah, because because instead of doing it, you ostracise yourself. So if I don't look at it, it's not real.
That makes sense.
Sorry now.
Whatever floats your boat. So next week, girls, me and Kirsty have started this new training, and it's really helped me simplify things, especially with recruiting. I think it's been the main thing. I'm really loving Jay's one about doing the sheets.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I must admit, Shari Brown,
I didn't want
she
to.
kind of touched on that before, but she was just talking about doing a Filofax.
She had like a card, didn't she?
Yeah,
like
that's right. But I really love that, Jake. Have you got like the sheet that we can?
Yes. Yeah, I can email it to you, and then you can. I've put it in my Teams group, and then I can just. In fact, Kirsty is in my team group because you're in that. I'll tag you in the file.
Because I do that, but I put my lists into a diary. So it's the same thing in a sense, but yours is much more detailed. I like yours.
Yeah, and it's always evolved. Like it is constantly changing. So you get to a month and you will always have people to speak to and follow up with, and you will also always know what you're doing because of that party thing as well. Like, have I asked them for a party? Like, no one's getting parties. I can't get parties. Who have you actually asked on your list? You can go, oh, bloody hell, actually, most of my customers I haven't actually asked. Like, and just one quick word about that, just really quickly while I think about it, because I asked someone today who I would never think to do, and I just kind of bit the bullet and did it. If you are proud of your parties, offer them to people. It doesn't matter whether you get sales out of it from them, because I know sometimes we feel quite guilty if, like, we're going, what are they going to get out of it? If it's not free product. If you are providing some kind of value in terms of tutorials, and it doesn't have to be really detailed, like it really doesn't, don't freak out and think you have to do like 25-minute tutorials. It doesn't, but something about one different area of your face even every single day, something that you know that you can feel confident that even if none of their friends have bought anything, then you have given them some information that you think is of value and that could be of value to someone else. Then offer them a party. Hey hun, I'm setting up my how-to, whatever you want to call them. Thought you'd really like it because I know you've asked I know you've asked advice on stuff before. I'm setting this up. If somebody's ever asked advice, which most of the time a customer has, I've got something that I think you would really enjoy. And especially if you have got something that if they bought an Epic or they bought something, go, I've got a tutorial on such and such product, I put it as part of my how-to things. I'm setting them up. Do you reckon, can I put you down for one for you and your friends? Just ask people, because it's giving them something. Say the word free how-to academies, because people are like, well, I ain't paying for nothing.
How-to academy? Back off.
I know that's yours. I know it's yours. I got boot camps. I got beauty confidence boot camps. Don't worry about it. But I did like the academy. I've been trying to work out, I think, for ages, but I'm at boot camp. I know. It takes bloody ages to make them sound like good.
Use it. Honestly, if you like the How-To Academy, use it. If we all use it, it will become part of who we are.
Yeah. When we all do better, we all do better. That is it's Cara Lewis Newton says it all the time, but it is so true.
It will give us, funnily enough, it's just twigs in my head, it will give us the ability to share each other's results.
Yeah.
So if Jay's had a How-To Academy and she's like, I've just done this and blah, 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 I can share that. Would you like a How-To Academy with me? Yeah, embrace it. If you want to use, and at the end of the day, I stole it.
Hey.
Yes, who said my name? Yes, who said my name? Who said my name?
Ella.
Oh, hey, Ella, yes.
Hiya. I might get Clint to think of one for me.
Oh my God. So girls, right, I'm not lying to you. I think Ella might have actually secretly married a genius who is in fact, I'm not kidding you. He basically the other day started whipping out these rhymes, like these little one tag lines that I was like, this is genius for a lash bash. Like, oh my God, I can't remember any of them now off the top of my head. Ella, can you tell me some of them? Because they were bloody brilliant.
I'm trying to think. You'll sink ships with these ombre lips.
Yeah.
That was one of my favourites.
really cute little tagged ones. There was something moisturised. What was the moisturised one? Where is he? Get him on. Come on. Oh, they were so good.
I don't know.
They were really quick, punchy, like punchy one-liners that you could do.
Our messages to try and find them.
They were really punchy one-liners that you could have like a video underneath it describing it, so you get the point across and do it. They're brilliant.
When we talk next week about this new training, I have discovered, get yourselves ready and then we're going to end. I have discovered a website, hold on to your knickers, that you put in on this website a headline for your live, and it gives you a percentage of whether it is a good headline.
Oh my God.
Yes, I have. And it's free. And you put the headline, and if it's not 60% and over, Facebook won't push you in everybody's feed.
Oh, that's freaking genius.
That's where How-To Academy came from.
I love that.
See? Don't knock the researcher now, do you?
Mate, it's the only reason I'm friends with you is because I clearly know that you've got really ideas. I'm just riding the wave. That's all that's happening here.
You said to me once, I'm just friends with you so I can cipher.
I waste so much time at the beginning of my life trying to think of what to call it. I end up putting all the emojis.
Honestly, you wait till you put this website in. But you have to be careful, because the other day I realised I was there for an hour. Like putting them in. And they were
How-tos, like one's top tips, how-tos. The word live actually helps, I think, as well. Actually putting the word live in it, just to kind of grab people's attention. But the how-to, because that's one of those things that phrases like always put, because you change it afterwards. You can change the actual live afterwards.
Like the more you look in, it's actually
value.
The play on words that work. So what Ella was just saying, it's that works. So instead of going, like for me, for instance, instead of going, come get ready with me, that does not work. That's like 20%. Yeah, if I put something like how to create an easy smoky eye, that will get me 60%.
Yeah.
It's thinking about something catchy.
Yeah, but also exactly what Jay just said a minute ago. Value. Like if I came on and said how to conquer fear in a day, that would do better than me going, "Hi, join me for Motivation Monday." Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
But honestly, it will blow your mind, this group, and you can, and like it's really funny to put funny things in because we're like, "Oh, I thought that would be really good." No, it doesn't work. No. And I sat there, no word of a lie, for like 20 minutes, putting in Cara Lewis Newton's live announcement.
Did you?
Because I was like, oh, Cara Lewis Newton is like my queen, like she's just my like ultimate queen. And I put them in, and I was like, oh, they're not very good. And like somewhere subconsciously, it was almost like
you won.
Fine, it's fine. Do you know what I mean? Like it was weird. It was like a justifying it to myself. Like no, our headlines aren't good. No. But yeah, sorry.
Don't compare.
No, I'm dreadful for comparing. But anyway, let's. I will pop into Lindsay and Jay that website. Get ready to blow your mind, Ella. That's your partner's job now.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, I'm not joking, girls. He's a freaking legend. It's amazing.
I've just found some more of them. There's nothing finer than winged eyeliner.
I'm using that tomorrow.
So good. Don't you bloody dare before I have.
Alex used one of them. Alex used the ombre lips one the other day.
So good. There were some really good ones. Kirsty and Lindsay, have you both got team pages?
No, I don't use a team page.
Group, sorry.
I'm just about to recreate one.
Lindsay, you've got one?
Not anymore. I use Natasha's.
But Lindsay, I'm thinking we could do one together.
I'm wondering whether all three, I don't know, I'm just ghosting it out there, but I bloody love these Zooms, and I'm wondering whether there's a because I'm in a couple of other team groups with, all right, I know you don't like me.
No, I don't think it's that. It's only because you're both very red, so you'll be like, I don't know what she's putting in.
Oh no, it's not that at all. I wouldn't worry about it at all. But I'm in quite a few joint groups. Like I know that Rosie Olty and Nisa Jackson do a lot together, and Sarah Bahus and Amira Stallion do, like, they have their like joint thing as well. And there's an energy in there that is a different kind of energy to just a normal team page, because it's not about one person being the team leader for that. It's actually everybody is boosted up by everybody, and there's no, it's like a smaller version of Sassy Lash. You know what I mean? Like it's that kind of empowering thing without it taking away from Sassy Lash, because Sassy Lash is freaking incredible. But we have a little community group. Yeah.
You're lost when you're searching for training. This is what I like that. We'll talk about this afterwards.
Yes, but I just wanted to kind of ghost it to see if the other girls would be into that as well, or whether you'd be going, oh God, I don't know, I'm not sure.
Well, it's not an option, I've just made
but yeah, I just thinking that out loud. I just really thought I love these Zooms, and I actually think that I was purely because I was going to know what I'm going to email you that thing, you're going to email it back to me, we're all kind of doing this, that and the other, and actually if it's all in one place, we can filter down stuff from here as well and chat and have that kind of buzz, so that people who aren't able to come to this meeting will understand the impact it's had. Because even if, say, one person from my team's here, if we're all in a group and everyone's going, oh my God, that was a really good training, there is more likely to, people are going to go, oh, okay, yeah, all right, this is worth it.
As long as I can do the training files, that's fine.
Oh, please, God, do the training files. You are 100% in charge of that. Me and Lindsay will just oversee and tell you that you're great.
You can do all the energy. I'll just make it look straight.
I'm good with that.
Right. Cool. Thank you all for joining. It was awesome. I think Jay's right that we'll do this maybe monthly, a Q&A. I thought it was really, really good, actually. I hope everybody got some value from it. And I think we're pretty confident that there'll be a new group for us all. So,
Yay.
Yeah, cool. Take care, everyone.
Love you.
Bye.
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 Bye.